to have them open. So our last session for today will be Joyce and Pita taking us through the program assessment. So I think you're sharing, are you sharing learnings? Oh, okay. Let me hand over to the person who knows what they're doing.
Has been necessitated by the fact that we were trying to customize this program to the African context. And so it became really important to hear from you how you are receiving what you are hearing. So, we have had quite some surprises about the anagram. When we started doing it, I hadn't seen anybody running a program with that as a base, and we just decided we want to start somewhere where people can know who they are because of the way we were thinking about how it would be helpful here. So each cohort has given us the ideas on what they really think works really well and we shouldn't touch it, and what could be improved and how it could be improved. And some of them, we cannot follow the suggestions, not because they are not good suggestions, but because they may not fit. But we want to know. And so instead of having a program whereby we are fixed, this is what we are in the methodology, but we are taking the methodology now and bringing it to a setup. And also, frankly speaking, the coaching that most of us learned was for one-on-one. But what will work here for us isn't just one-on-one. So I do one-on-one, and we do, all these people do one-on-one, but the focus here is creating a transformative instrument so that your organization is not just about you and you leading it and going anywhere with it, but really coming together as a collective, as a team, to try and move the agenda. Because that is what we are trying to bring change. So how do we do it together? Because alone doesn't work. So this session really, Peter will explain more, but that is the history of it. What you did here, some of the things are from cohort 1, others are not. There was no transformation action plan in cohort 1. There was some what we want to do in the next 6 months. And we just checked with them. And then when we came to cohort 2, is when we thought there was something missing there. People, and it was people who pushed. The participants of cohort 1 kept saying, I want this to go on to my team, and so how do I do it? And then, of course, we knew we could never afford to do anagram for everybody. But by the end of cohort 2, I had already certified, and now we could take risks, and I could do what we can't afford to pay for it. So it is customizing it so that it is able to be done here. But the feedback is absolutely key, and it is not taken in a light manner. We are not evaluating the program. The learning that Sarah was talking about is what can we learn to inform our action? So, Mr. Pita, it is in your hands.
All right, thank you, Joyce. As Joyce mentioned, we would like to get your feedback on the overall coaching program. And the way we are going to do this is that we would like to sit on the tables per organization, because I think the experiences were different organizations. So if we could sit according to our teams, and then I give the follow-up instructions. Just stand up straight as far as you can reach, and then go to your feet. Let's move faster so that we reserve some time for the evening, for all the dancing. Okay, I think we are now ready to start. So we'd like to get your feedback on the different stages of the program, right from the preparatory meetings you had with Joyce. I know a number of you, the very first interface you had with this program was the meetings that were organized by Joyce, either with the EDs or even with discussions with the organizations, explaining about the program. So I'd like to get your feedback right from those meetings. Then also the Enneagram process.
If they remember.
If you, if you remember. Yeah, we'd like to know whether you feel you received enough information to guide your commitment to the program, because that is really important. Realize that commitment for this long journey is really important, so we'd like to get your feedback on that. Then the Enneagram process. Some of the feedback, we've already received some of the feedback, but it would be good for you to share with us a little bit more on the individual and team feedback, the follow-up sessions, the skilling sessions, and what we should change, what should have been different there. Then the immersion, April 2025, when we were in this room. Want to know what was your experience, what did we miss? Did we miss anything? Is there anything that we should have added in that process? Then the team coaching sessions, which have been the bigger chunk of the program. We'd like to understand what your experience was with the process, the development practices, whether there's anything we should change there as well. And also with the Celebration Summit, to understand what your experience has been. We understand it's still going on, but we are getting to the tail end. Yeah, we'll just to get your experience so far, so that because tomorrow is really about closing, reading the letters, receiving your certificates, taking the group picture. It's really most of it has been done within these first 2 days. So this is what we're mainly going to focus on. I would like to use about an hour or slightly less to look through, to get your feedback on these different ideas. So we'll go one by one, starting with preparatory meetings. So if we could use just about 8 minutes to reflect on the tables, and then each table has some flip charts and markers. You could get someone to write, do your reflections, and just note down your reflections. Is that okay?
And so that they know it is they're evaluating it. They are giving us suggestions on the process.
Yes.
Mm. So that is clear. So that's
Yeah. Is that clear? Does anyone have a question? Yes, I'd like to know, did you feel, for the preparatory meetings, did you feel you received enough information to guide your commitment to the program? What did we miss that you'd have liked to see there? Let's take 8 minutes to just have that discussion and also to write down your responses. Just put one, or preparatory meetings. Just put a title. Preparatory meetings. The next is on the Enneagram process. We'd like to understand what was your experience with the Enneagram process, looking at the individual and team feedback, follow-up sessions, the skilling sessions, and also what is it that we should change. Excuse me, just a minute. For this, you can also reflect on the Enneagram buddies, whether that has worked for you under this Enneagram process. Most of us are done. So the next one is about the immersion. Would like you to reconnect with your experience with the immersion in April this year to understand what your experience was like and what you missed. Okay, let's spend 2 minutes to wind up and move to the next one. Yes. Clap once if you can hear me. Great. So I think it's a good time for us now to move to the next question on the team coaching sessions, which was the bigger block, which has been the bigger block of the journey. So I'd like to understand what was your experience with the coaching process, the development practices, and what is it that we should change. The development practices are the small assignments you are given. We're calling them cycles of development after each coaching session to just understand what is your experience like with those and what is it that we should change. Final question on the Celebration Summit. This summit we are at today. The experience you've had so far. What has your experience been like? What have you missed? Don't write about the letters. The letters are coming tomorrow. to share your feedback. So next we are going to you're going to share back what you've written. But the way we are going to do it to save time is that each group is going to share one part, one question. So we'll go back to the very first. We'll start from here, and Glami is going to start by sharing the feedback on the preparatory meetings. So let's give them a minute to prepare. So we have only 10 minutes. If you can just share the top two issues you have there so that we move to the next.
The top two.
Yeah, top two.
Okay. So with the first question on preparations to the meeting with Joyce, first we had it was a physical meeting between Anande and Joyce. It was very powerful because it connected Anande with the whole objective of the CRLI, and it was very informative, but also we had a group meeting, an online meeting with Joyce. It was very explanatory, and she gave us a clear understanding of the program, but it also gave us a guide to commit ourselves because it was voluntary and not a must. So it was individual willing to join. So she gave us a space to think and guide our decisions on if we want to participate or not, but also bring an alumni to share learning experience. It eliminated our worries because we are worried with time and whatever we have, can we manage? But having an alumni from previous cohorts, it gave out the worries and we felt comfortable to participate.
All right, thank you. Let's give them one clap. So we'll move on to Amani on the Enneagram process. Top two, just select your top two issues. I'll collect the rest and capture the feedback. So we are not ignoring your feedback. We're still going to take it.
Yes. So for us, the Enneagram process was an eye-opener for our blind spots, and it helped us understand each individual's oneself as well as the whole team, as well as settling the differences between individuals as well as the differences within the team. The other thing that the Enneagram process helped us was to discover personal weaknesses and strengths in such a way that it helped solving conflicts, the personal conflicts that we were always striving to solve, as well as within our team. It helped understanding each individual's personal behaviors.
Okay, thank you. Let's give them one hand clap. So immersion, Kimanya, you can share.
Sorry.
Yes.
Our recommendation on the Enneagram, we really like that going forward, the number of Enneagram sessions to be increased. We really thought that the frequency that we had the sessions, the timing and all that was a little bit too small for us to understand everything. Yep.
All right. Yeah, I think I noticed when I was moving around the groups, I think it was a common point around at least another session, either for individual follow-up or group follow-up, to kind of crystallize the issues from the process. So thank you for that.
So I'm only picking 2?
Yeah, just to top 2.
Okay, so we have, we said that it will bringing the different organizations, together in person was really very important. And also, which other one can I pick? Yeah, the different skilling exercises, like the listening, exercise. We are saying that that's just one example. It was very helpful in the immersion workshop, and that it was helpful to meet and have the first coaching exercises here in person.
All right, let's appreciate them.
Yeah.
So 10 mates. The team coaching sessions, your top 2.
Thank you. The coaching sessions should also be complemented by one-on-one session with the coach to provide a space for an individual to share more confidential and challenging issues.
Okay.
And in the coaching session, also there should be an aspect whereby teams can appraise one another, because it is through that appraising you will be in a position to be given a constructive feedback about yourself. Just to give an example of the challenges that are being done on TikTok. The boss sits there on the chair and the staff are right at the back. You are good, but in this, you have to improve on this. That's, it's one-on-one feedback. It might be hurting the boss, but also it's building the organization.
I wanted to understand that a little bit. Are you relating that to the team coaching sessions?
Yes. Yeah. In the coaching session, there should be an aspect whereby teams can appraise one another.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that. Let's appreciate them. Fitch, over to you. Celebration Summit.
Thank you. Under Celebration Summit, and in relation to the experience, the first one, we realized that it provided a reconnection with the learning buddies that we have. Because since the other time when we left this place, we realized that most of us did not have the opportunity to have a close sharing with the learning buddies. But today, since yesterday, we have been having a reconnection. 2, there is sharing and learning from the different participants on the different experiences that they were able to have within this period of time. And of course, it's actually providing a very good basis for learning because we are able to share. Then when the different transformational plan were shared, participants gave out positive feedback, which is really very, very encouraging to the different participants. But of course, something that we notice is that however, the participants needed to give what we were literally calling it a positive criticism, because the whole thing was being generalized. It's okay. Which to us, we really feel it was not very, very okay. And we were suggesting that areas of improvement needed to be provided.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's appreciate them. So for Greek, you have an opportunity to choose what you want to share, your top 2 issues that you want to share.
Okay, choose that one, the last one. So I think what we missed was cross-learning within the organizations that are here. So I believe if we can maybe look like Amani Girls, they have been there for more than 20 years or 20 years. TenMet are good at coordinating. So just to learn about the strengths and to get ideas, we missed that, I think. Then we should also think through team activities, team bonding activities. That is sitting arrangements sometimes during lunch and dinner. So we mix with different organizations.
You want to mix with different organizations. But don't we have the agency to yeah, to be intentional about that? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we shall embed an activity that will force people to mingle, I think, in the next upcoming session. So thank you very much for the feedback. I'm going to collect what you've written down, so we are not ignoring it. I'm going to collect it, and then we'll see how we can use it to adapt the program. So thank you very much. I hand over to Sarah.
Okay, we've come to the end of our day in this room, and we're coming back together at 7. In here? In here. Yeah, okay, so we'll be coming back here at 7. So I don't want to take too much of your time now, because you need to get ready. And I know some of you it takes longer than others. And we have to look our best. So what I'd like us to do as we close is just each table, I want you to spend 1 minute choosing one word that would describe how you are collectively feeling at this moment. So you need to come to consensus in your team. How are you feeling? Don't overthink it, but just come up with something. And I'm giving you 1 minute to come up with that word. Including the coaches. Glammy, you have your word. Greg, you ready? TenMet, you have your word? Yeah? Who's back there? Fitch, you have your word? Yeah? Kimanya? Yep. Amani, umekubaliana? Ay, ay, ay. Hamjakubaliana. So, tufanyaje? Mkubwa amue ama mdogo. Yeah. Mwanahawa, you decide. Yeah. Okay, so I just want you to say the one word. You can choose who says it. You can all say it together, or you can decide one person, but say it loud enough so we can all hear. Do we have a microphone? If you take the microphone to Fitch, and then they can hand it over to Grick, to Malizane.
Fulfilled.
Fulfilled. Lovely. Let's have the next one. Grick?
Relieved.
Relieved. Wow. Okay. Tenmet?
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Woo! Okay, let's hear from Amani.
Growth.
Growth.
Yes.
Ah, nice. Glammy?
Reflective.
Reflective. Yes, it's been a very reflective day. Kimanya?
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful. Ah, that's your way. Okay, thanks. Thanks very much for sharing. Tomorrow we will be starting at 8:15 in here, so you have 15 more minutes to get yourself ready for the final celebration tomorrow, which will be the letters that you wrote to yourself and other celebrations, so please be ready for that. Any questions about this evening? Kuna story nyingi. Okay, so we're ready. 7 o'clock, we'll all be back together here. Yeah, okay. See you then.